The Grizzly women's soccer class of 2015 is the last group of Grizzlies remaining from the inaugural 2012 season. They started it all with the very first practice in GGC history, and on November 12th, they looked to capture the program's very first postseason win. Recently, I had the pleasure to sit down with these four ladies to talk about their times at Georgia Gwinnett College.
How did you guys get to know each other initially, early on, and what's that bond like today?
Us three, Kelsey, Beasley, and me, were actually all here together at the beginning of the...
Yeah, since day one.
Since day one, and I've known Mel for a really long time. We used to play on club together.
Since we were like 13, so.
So that's how I've been brought together by them.
How did you get to GGC? How did you find us? Who recruited you? Walk me through that process before you even stepped on campus. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I tore my ACL my junior year. So I didn't really get recruited by college coaches. So my high school coach actually played for Dom when she was younger. And so she told me to reach out to him because he was starting a new program here. And I emailed him, he came and watched me play, and then he offered me a scholarship.
Very nice. And 72 games later, you've played in every single game in Grizzly history. Does that kind of like overwhelm you a little bit? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, definitely, because I've been lucky enough to not sustain like any long-term injuries, and I'm very thankful for that. And then just being a part of history is awesome.
Well, I started at Western Carolina my freshman year, tore my ACL as well, redshirted there, and then went to North Georgia, and I got injured again on my knee, and I was looking to transfer, and Dom reached out to me and offered me a scholarship as well, and then I came here. And I love it because it's close to home, so I get to spend a lot of time with my family.
My senior year, I tore my ACL high school, and I redshirted at Georgia Perimeter and decided that that wasn't really a good fit for me. And then 2 years later, Coach Dom found me through a mutual friend and asked me. I was actually the very first recruit. Me and Jocelyn were the first recruits. So I came out spring of 2012. Jocelyn and I were the only two players at the time. So that was really fun. But other than that, I'm very thankful to be here.
My story actually kind of goes along with everyone else's story, except instead of tearing my ACL, I broke my back my senior year of high school. And I went to this school in South Carolina, and it was not a good fit for me. So I came back home, and I actually walked on the first year here at GGC, and then I got a scholarship.
That scholarship probably paid off a little bit, 28 goals later. Does that stat overwhelm you at all?
I wish I could have gotten a little more, but I'm super, super stoked about me being able to accomplish that.
What's the best part about being a Grizzly?
I would have to say the facilities and really the athletic training staff. Have had several knee surgeries. This school, I would say, by far has made me feel like, oh, you're important to our program regardless if you're injured or not, and that goes along with the coaches, but really having outstanding trainers who really want to get you back to not just where you were, but get you back even healthier and better than you were before.
Could this senior class write a book on injuries and being in the training room?
Probably so.
Talk me through the mentality. How tough is that? What's that like?
It's pretty frustrating. I mean, I know on my part, almost all of us have had serious injuries. Second year, I tore my ACL halfway through the season. Very upsetting, considering I thought I was doing really well that year. And then I'm pretty sure every year Andy's like, oh great, not again, a new injury. But he's been really, really great with us, and I really appreciate everything he's done for us.
And even though I haven't sustained a terrible injury, watching Beasley tear her ACL and go through all that, or watching Mel have to do rehab every day for her knee, or Mary struggling with her back or anything like that, it frustrates me because I want my team to be on the field and be able to play and compete just right along next to me.
I think it makes you really appreciate it that much more every time you get to step on the field once you're injured, and you're watching people practicing and playing games, and then when you get on the field you're like, wow, this is can be taken away any instant, so it makes you value it that much more.
Talk to me about that first year, maybe the first day of practice. How far, you guys are seniors, been here for 4 years.
That first year, those fields we had were terrible. That's
hard
to put that out there. Yeah, those were
bad.
Practice fields in our game field, and it was like playing on concrete. So to be able to go from that to a brand new turf field was amazing. Really
and to
amazing.
have a facility and because we would used to have to travel to the tennis facility, which, you know, isn't far away, but, and all the athletics would be squished in a couple rooms, and now we have this whole facility and
a locker
baseball
room.
fields and soccer fields and everything you can think of now. Compared to literally having nothing. We didn't have a locker room in the beginning. We didn't have anything.
Yeah.
So it's definitely been a change. A very good change.
Yeah, good stuff. What advice would you pass along to future Grizzlies that you've learned in your times?
I would say enjoy every minute. Even when you hate it, enjoy it, because it goes by so fast. I literally cannot believe that I'm sitting here having a senior interview. Like, that's how fast it goes by. And
Yeah, for
Take
us,
every
for us it's 5
opportunity.
years.
Seriously,
and it
yeah.
flew by.
Yeah,
So-
because, I mean, like I was saying to the girls the other day, like, I literally just blinked my eyes, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm already, like, supposed to graduate. That's so weird.
All right, give me your fondest memory of being a Grizzly.
I don't want to say I have like one outstanding memory of GGC soccer. I do want to say that my sophomore year was by far my best year. Like, as far as the team goes, our record was awesome. The players are great. I think that was the first year Coach Shea came, and she was a great addition to women's soccer. She helped everybody on the team so much. So definitely sophomore year is probably the entire season was the best memory.
Actually, every year on my birthday, because it's September 5th, so it's Labor Day, we always go on a road trip. So last year, we took a, 13-hour bus ride down to Miami on my birthday. So that kind of, I mean, it stinks, but at the same time, it's pretty cool because you get to spend it with your friends and ultimately your family. But every single year on my birthday, I'm on a bus.
What are you going to do life after soccer or graduation? What's the next plan for you? Have you even thought about that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't graduate till next December, so my plan is to get my master's, but I have my family in my ear. Go to Europe, go somewhere, like, you can totally do it, and I'm not gonna lie, like, a part of me wants to just do it. Like, why not? If you fail, you fail, and if you succeed, there's so many opportunities out there.
Well, I graduate in May, and I'm doing an internship at a strength and conditioning place in Norcross. So I'm hoping to get a job.
So you're going to take life experiences and turn it into a career, huh?
Yes, and if that doesn't work out, there's always another opportunity. I'm just going to go get my master's.
Obviously, I've been in school like my whole life, and I'm a couple of years older than these gals here, but I graduate in summer, hopefully this summer. So once I graduate, I'm a marketing degree. I work for an animal hospital, and I kind of have an in on the corporation. So hopefully I'll work for their marketing team, and then start a family. I am a little bit further along, so that's probably my next road.
So I'm expected to graduate, this spring, and my plans are to move to California and get my master's. No idea from there.
Fair enough.
So
what's the mentality like going into the AI tournament next week?
Give it all you've got, leave it all on the field. I mean, that's all you can do, really.
Encourage each other.
Especially with this group, I mean, this could be our last, this is our last go around, so if we lose the first game, we're done. So it's really just go out and try your best, so.
And it would be such an accomplishment to win, that would be the biggest accomplishment for this program, to, get the win. So I'm excited for it.
Who has helped you get to where you're at today?
Can it be more than one person?
Absolutely. It can be a whole group of Mary Vanetti followers.
Well, I would have to say, number one, my mom. She used to coach me when I was younger, and so I wouldn't have been able to, I feel like, have some of the skills that I have today to be, if it wasn't for her, and she's been there for me and with me along the way through everything. I'd have to say my uncle. He's always supported me no matter what, always comes to my games if they're, in Florida. And then I'd have to say one of my coach, his name's Coach Doug, and he was one of my club coaches, and he really had a lot of pride in me, and he really, we still talk to this day. He watches my games and stuff, and they've really helped me.
My sister Jay has always played soccer, so I kind of followed in her footsteps, and she lives in Savannah, but she's come to every game that she can, so that's been really awesome. I'm one of 5, not as big as Kelsey's family, but they've all supported me, and my mom, even though she passed 2 years ago, has been a really big impact, so since she passed, I've just want to do everything I can to make sure I carry on and make her proud, and so, yep.
Mainly my parents. They've been there through me, through transferring, through the injuries, through everything. Been at every game, rain or shine. My mom travels as well to Florida, Alabama, wherever. She's my #1 supporter, fan. And then I'll have to say, my trainer, his name's Nick. He's been training me since I was 9 years old. He comes to every game, watches online when we're away, and he's really helped me transform as a player. Has just always, like Mary said, pride in me, and has really helped me become the player I am today.
Definitely my family. I mean, they live down the street, so they come to all the games. They take up about half the stands. I'm sure you guys see them every game. More importantly, my parents. Since I was little, they've been there through all the traveling, all the time, all the money spent. It really adds up, and for them to be there literally at every game means a lot. And also, my high school coach, Coach Hill, she is the one that really pushed me to reach out to Dom, and I literally would not be here if it wasn't for her.
Grizzly women's soccer will look for their first postseason victory as the 2 seed in the AII tournament on Thursday, November 12th at 7 p.m. For more information about the AII tournament, log on to grizzlyathletics.com.